Imagine a civilization that predates the ancient Greeks, a people whose influence stretched across the Aegean and beyond. These were the Pelasgians, a mysterious and often overlooked culture shrouded in the mists of time. Their story is a complex tapestry, woven from fragmented archaeological evidence, tantalizing references in ancient texts and whispers of a forgotten past. The Pelasgians are often relegated to footnotes in history books, dismissed as a primitive people who vanished before the rise of classical Greece. But a closer look reveals a more nuanced and intriguing picture. These were not simply barbarians lurking in the shadows. They were skilled builders, seafarers, and artisans who left an indelible mark on the ancient world. The difficulty in piecing together their story lies in the scarcity of written sources from the Pelasgians themselves. Much of what we know comes from later Greek writers, who often viewed them through a lens of cultural bias, portraying them as either noble savages or defeated rivals. Despite these challenges, tantalizing clues about their language, beliefs, and way of life can be gleaned from a variety of sources. The echoes of the Pelasgian world reverberate through the verses of Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. These timeless tales, passed down through generations of oral tradition, offer glimpses into a time when the Pelasgians were not yet relegated to the margins of history. In these poems, we encounter Pelasgian characters, hear whispers of their customs, and visit places once steeped in their presence. Consider the character of Achilles, the legendary warrior of the Trojan War. His homeland of Thessaly was once a stronghold of the Pelasgians. Could Achilles' own ferocity and deep connection to the land be echoes of his Pelasgian ancestry? Such questions invite us to delve deeper into the layered narratives of Homer's epics. The very landscape of the Iliad and the Odyssey, with its ancient cities, sacred groves, and mysterious oracles, hints at a world shaped by Pelasgian hands. The Cyclopean walls of Mycenae, for example, were attributed by later Greeks to the Cyclopes, mythical giants associated with the Pelasgians. These massive stone structures, still standing today, serve as a tangible reminder of the architectural prowess of this ancient people. The rise of the Hellenes, the people we now call the ancient Greeks, marked a turning point in the history of the Aegean world. As the Hellenes expanded their influence, the Pelasgians gradually faded from prominence. Was this a peaceful assimilation, or was it a more forceful conquest? The traditional narrative often paints a picture of cultural progress, with the Hellenes bringing enlightenment to a less developed people. However, some scholars argue that this narrative overlooks a more complex reality, one in which the Hellenes were relative newcomers who imposed their language, culture, and ultimately their version of history upon the indigenous population. This perspective challenges us to question the traditional narrative and to consider the possibility that the Hellenes were, in essence, foreign conquerors who rewrote history in their favor. If the Hellenes were indeed conquerors, it is not surprising that they would downplay the achievements of their predecessors. The term barbarian, often used by the Greeks to denote foreigners, may have been a way of dismissing and othering the Pelasgians and other non-Hellenic peoples. By controlling the historical narrative, the Hellenes could legitimize their rule and create a sense of cultural unity. Despite the challenges, tantalizing pieces of the Pelasgian puzzle emerge from various sources. Ancient authors, though often biased, provide valuable insights. Herodotus, for instance, mentions the Pelasgians on numerous occasions, describing their customs, language, and geographical spread. He even suggests that the Athenians, considered by many to be the epitome of Greek culture, were originally a Pelasgian people who later adopted the Hellenic language. Archaeological discoveries offer further clues. Pelasgian pottery, characterized by its distinctive geometric designs and lack of figurative decoration, has been found throughout the Aegean region. These artifacts provide tangible evidence of a widespread culture that predates the classical Greek period. Linguistic evidence also suggests the Pelasgians' lasting impact. Some scholars believe that certain elements of the Greek language, particularly place names and words related to agriculture and religion, may have Pelasgian roots. The Albanian Geg dialect, spoken in northwestern Albania and parts of Kosovo and Montenegro, is particularly intriguing in this regard.